Hello, my name is James Sarah Conte. I'm here to discuss about virtualization and its core components. At first, let me start with virtualization. Virtualization is the process of creating a software-based computer which run an operating system and application in isolated environments. While a virtual machine is a software-based physical computer that run on a host system using virtualization technology. One of the core components of virtualization is a hypervisor, which is the foundation of virtualization. It manages and allocates physical resources, CPU, memory, storage, networking to virtual machine. This is a component which allow one physical computer to run multiple virtual machine, which is a type 2 type of hypervisor which run on top of an existing operating system. Example VirtualBox and workstation. So we talk about the two component which is virtual hardware, virtual hardware, virtualized version of physical hardware component, which is the virtual CPU, virtual RAM, virtual storage, and virtual network interface card. CPU allocates physical power from the host CPU, while the RAM, which we know as the virtual memory, portion of host memory assigned to the virtual machine. We talk about storage, disk file that stimulate hard drive in the host machine in the virtual machine. We talk about the virtual network interface card which provide network connectivities to connect to the host machine and with other network that allow communication to to happen within network devices. Three, we talk about the host operating system which installed inside the VM, like Windows Server, example Windows Server. It run independent of the host operating system. We talk about the host machine, the physical server that provide the underlying hardware resources. It run the hypervisor and supports multiple virtual machine simultaneously. We talk about the we talk about the management tools and how virtualization impacts in the business setting today. We talk about um, server serialization. Instead of running one application and physical server, business can host multiple virtual machine on one physical machine. This reduce hardware cost, lower power and cooling expenses, minimize data center place requirements. So this is how the tool we talk about disaster recovery, scalability and flexibility, testing and development environment. This is how virtualization impacts in the business world today. Then we talk about the different the difference between a server role and a server features. A server operating system, short as Windows Server, role and features define whether a server does and how it supports workload. A server role is a primary function that a server perform on a network, it defines the main purpose of the server. Example of server role: Active Directory domain service, DNS server, DHC server, web server, so on and so forth. We talk about the features. Is a support and implement component that enhance or support server roles, but is not typically a primary function of its own. Example of the features: Net framework, Windows, BitLocker, group policy management, and so on and so forth. These are the main role and features of a server. Then we talk about the primary purpose of Active Directory. We'll talk about the primary purpose of Active Directory is a directory service developed by Microsoft and implemented in Windows servers. The core purpose of Active Directory domain service is to centralize authentication, authorization, and management of user computer and resources within a domain. So, how Active Directory facilitates user and resources management? We have to centralize authentication. When a user logs into a domain, join computer, AD verify their username and password. The user gain access to permit resources without logging in again. Centralized authorization. We talk about logical organization and network resources, which is domain logic, organization units, objects, group policies. The Active Directory allow the administration to enforce rules across the network using group policies, enforce password complexity, disable user USB storage, automatic installation software, lock screen and inactive. Those are the policy in which that is going in a domain. So if I can store, these are the primary functions of Active Directory in a domain. So Active Directory play a important role in a server administration, in Windows Server administration, that help administration to control users and computers within an organization and restrict policy towards all users, what to do, what they should do, what not to do, which are who supposed to get this permission, who's supposed to do certain permission in this particular organization. So this is how Active Directory perform in a domain. It is very essential. Once again, my name is James Sarakonte. This is how I answer the question that was given to me. I want to say thank you. Personalization is an important tool that help business people today, organizations. They create an impact in the business world. These are the components. We talk about the component, but especially the foundation component, which is hypervisor. It is very important. Why? Instead of using plenty money to buy 10 or 15 physical computer, physical machine, you already have one physical machine and you run multiple virtual machines towards them. This is how we help the business world today. Once again, I say Tata.